Fantasy from the fairway, the Open Championship. Don't call it the British Open because, in my opinion, you just call it the Open. But
Agreed.
it is what it is. Jenkins Jr., what up, though?
Not a whole lot, dude. Vacation last weekend, so I'm feeling good.
This time he actually was on vacation, people.
Hey, factual.
Factual.
Yep. Took a trip up to the beach.
Facts.
We were at a resort that had a Jack Nicklaus design course.
Nice.
Did not play, but it was pretty cool.
All good. All love there. Congratulations on the vacay. I was out here grinding, but you know me. I was before we click one more slide, Tampa Bay Lightning back-to-back champions.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Love it.
Pretty lit in Tampa over the last couple days.
Yanni Gord was hammered.
They all were.
No, did you see him?
I saw it
during the dude was just sliding across the stage. He was having a great time.
I mean, shout out Yanni, he's good. Shout out Italy for making sure that it did not come home.
Yep.
Shout out. Go ahead.
I was going to shout out Dustin Poirier for making me a lot of money this weekend.
Yeah. Shout out Dustin Poirier for ending Conor McGregor's career. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah. I put 100 on Poirier. Worked out.
I put $10 on Zach Johnson top 20. He finished.
Did you?
As we see here, he finished 34th. Listen to this. This is actually really frustrating, and I didn't realize this. I've never bet on soccer in game where they can't tie. So it was Italy, England draw. So I was like, Italy. So I had Italy, the Bucks, the Dodgers, and the Angels on Sunday. And everybody won. And I'm like, yo, I just won like $400, right? So I go check my account. They didn't count because Italy technically drew and then won in PKs.
That's really fucking stupid.
I didn't know that's how it worked with soccer betting. Like, I know that in the regular season, yes, draw. I understand that. But Italy won the game. So, like, I don't understand.
Yeah, they literally won.
Literally.
I'd be hot about that.
I am hot about it. I just don't know what. Yeah. I don't think I'm winning the argument. I don't know. I'm pissed, though.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's really annoying. You know what else is horrible? Brian Harman, what are you doing? Is that not the most surprising miscut in the history? I think it's incredibly surprising.
It is. Yes.
He birdied the first hole of the tournament. He was -1 through 1 and did not at any point in time get better than -1.
Yeah, I was watching because he was featured group. He was horrible.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to my man that left a comment last week, bro. I told you I had faith in Brian Harman. I'm very sorry about that. But on the flip side, you asked me about Kevin Streelman as well, and I said I had more confidence in Harman over Streelman. So I guess I am an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Roger Sloan, shout out for making the cut and finishing second DFL. Poston misses the cut here. I'm 19 more points down. Jenkins Jr. has a stranglehold on it, and we're running out of time, folks. So these don't change, but there is one big way to change it. As you see, Jenkins Jr. got 270 FedEx Cup points from the PGA Championship. And that's how you do it. I have a chance to do it this week at the final major of the year. Jenkins, I need to go to a place where the town is named Sandwich. I need to go there.
I was thinking the same thing. This might be a course you need to travel to one day.
Dude, the food has to be fire. This course is featured on if you have a top tracer range near you, you can play at Royal St. George's. We've done it. It hasn't gone.
I don't remember how it went. To be honest.
It wasn't no Harbor Town. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. It couldn't have went that well.
Yeah,
I would be willing to say it probably was designed by someone.
Yeah, I would think so. I just couldn't find it.
I see no lies on this slide.
Yeah, so that's the yardage and the par. Someone did indeed make the course. As we head to the previous three winners here, you got COVID-19 last year. Shane Lowry has been the champion golfer of the year for a long-ass time.
For a long time.
Way longer than anticipated. He shot a 15 under at Royal Portrush, which I typed in every single time I looked up open stuff because I was still stuck on that for some reason. Molinari, you almost forget. 8 under at Carnoustie. Those are your previous two winners in COVID-19. last year as we go to the key stats, looking at the par 4 scoring averages, since most of the holes are par 4s. That bogey avoidance, you need to avoid them bogeys. It's pretty straightforward. Strokes gain, tee to green, as well as on the green with the flat stick. And the par 3s, it just happened to work out that there's 4 of them, and they each fit in a category, so we looked at those. Why not?
At the 2011 Open, all the scores, the winner was 5 under. All the scores were over par. Like you're battling this course. Of course, it's a major, but bogey avoidance is going to be big.
Factual statement there from Jenkins Jr. As we look at the 10K and above, and there are some discrepancies here. However, Jenkins Jr., I think you're right in the sense of Brooks Koepka is probably the best player to play here. But at this current time, I cannot bet against Jon Rahm.
Yeah, no, I agree. Brooks is playing surprisingly well for non-major tournaments this past couple of weeks. He's also third since 2014 in par 70 scoring. It's a major. I feel like Brooks will be firing on all cylinders, and I'd be shocked if he wasn't one of the final groups on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. On the flip, Jon Rahm, there's not much to discuss here. You have him third due to his price. I have a feeling that you believe that Brooks Koepka might be. I believe your pick to win might be Brooks Koepka. I don't know that as a fact, but I just kind of get that vibe.
I think I already picked him.
Did you? I tell you right now, if I had not picked him, I would pick him this week. I think
I was going to, but I think I picked him. We'll get there when we get there.
Well, yeah, we'll check it out. But Brooks definitely has win potential. Dustin Johnson was very good here the last time the Open was here, and I believe he was on our par 70 stroke gain leaders.
He is since 2014. He is the best statistical golfer on par 70 golf courses. He's not playing extraordinarily well right now for his standards, but I don't see any way that DJ shows up to a major unprepared now.
And when you get to the point where you're at, if you're Dustin or Brooks, where you have 2, and this is one of the ones that you need, you have to imagine you're locked in. Xander Schauffele, we both have him 4th here. He finished 10th at the Scottish Open last week. That's probably what I'm feeling this week.
Absolutely nothing wrong with Xander. Like, he's probably the person I've placed at 4 that I like the most at 4. It's just I like the 10K range this week, except Rory.
Yeah,
Xander should be completely fine.
Rory's an interesting one to me here. Your last 2 times out on the European Tour for Rory, 59th and 88th. I don't understand the price here. At all. I mean, he hasn't been like atrocious in those starts. It's just he hasn't been making any birdies is pretty much what's going on.
Yeah.
And you can't win with pars. Although I guess you can at least keep yourself in it with pars at the Open, but too risky for Rory this week as we roll into that 9K.
Yeah, we'll start off with a thumbs up. I have Jordan Spieth here at 9.7 since 2014, the list we were referring to that Casey found. He is 8th on that list. He gains 2.645 strokes per round on par 70s on average. He's also tied 17th in par 4s and 19th tee to green. A lot of his stats are skewed. So when you look at Jordan Spieth on PGA, because we all know he struggled for a long time and he struggled in the beginning of this year. So a lot of the stats you see on some of these players aren't representative of how they're playing right now. Jordan Spieth should be completely fine. I have a lot of confidence with him going into this week. Same thing with JT. He did play over on the European Tour last week. He finished 8th, which is a good sign. He's already over there. He's acclimated. I like that. He's tied 10th in par 4s. He's 5th tee to green. His putting, But if he can get it rolling, JT, I predict, will also be in one of the final pairings on Sunday as well. Louis, you can write him down for a 2nd place finish. You can put the house on it. 17th par 4s. He is the number 1 putter on tour. Louis Oosthuizen, you should have no concerns running him out there this week. I do have concerns with the other 3 gentlemen. Bryson DeChambeau starts it off at 9,900. He's tied 83rd in par 4s. He's 35th strokes gained putting. and he was cut from the Rocket Mortgage, which was his last time out, at a course that he should have been
Not cut.
successful at.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 10, not missed the cut.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have much faith in him here, honestly, this weekend. Or I don't know if he'll see the weekend, to be honest.
Probably make some money if you put that bet down to miss the cut, Bryson DeChambeau. Or
If he wins,
potentially lose some money.
If he wins, I do apologize, but I will not be running Bryson out there this week. Neither will I be running out Colin Morikawa. He finished 71st last week in the European Tour, which isn't like too concerning. My problem here is the putting. He's 172nd on tour in putting, and it's one of those things I have a feeling of that he's just not going to have a good week. So he's made to the thumbs down. Tyrrell Hatton, besides, I think it was the Masters, he finished 18th.
Mm-hmm.
The last Masters. He is terrible in majors, and I have no faith in him. The U.S. Open, he missed the cut. I have no faith in Tyrrell Hatton in majors. This one might be different playing in his homeland, but
you never know.
I'm going to stay away from him this week.
Sounds like the thumb will be down. Terrell will be glum as we move
to
the 8K.
Yeah. Starting off, we'll go price-wise this time in the 8K. We got Patrick Cantlay. He's tied second in par fours, fourth tee to green, third bogey avoidance, and he gains an average of 2.006 strokes on par 70 golf courses. He's playing incredibly well. Like we have talked about for weeks, he has made it past the 64 Sunnies, and he should be good to go this week.
Facts.
I do like both of the Patricks this week. Second one being Patrick Reed, the cheater, at 8,800. He's cheap for Patrick Reed. 8,800. It's kind of crazy to see him here. I know it is a major, so everybody playing is incredibly
wait till you get to the 7K.
Crazy.
Crazy, dude. Crazy. It
must have been weird for you looking at golfers who can play golf.
Yeah, facts. I was looking for Lebiota and the boys.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. There's a guy in the 7K that could be owned in 50% of the 300,000 person contest. I'm not even kidding.
Well, fuck, I hope it's one of the ones I have in my lineup right now.
Nah, you hope it's not, because you want to have somebody that 50% of other people have?
If he's supposed to, if 50% of people are owning him,
I promise
he's going to win the tournament.
I promise you won't want him.
He's Patrick Reed, going back to Patrick, the cheater, tied 10th par fours, and we all know he can putt his ass off. I'm good for Patrick Reed here at 8-8. It's kind of weird. It goes 8-9, 8-8, 8-6. Hideki dropped out at 8-7. I didn't actually see what that was. I didn't care to look. Do you know why Hideki's not playing?
Yeah. He's sick.
Okay. He's sick. He got a little tummy flu or something. But Hideki won't be there. The top three guys in the 8K range I like, then it goes bad for three of them, and then the last three I like as well. So it's kind of price-wise for me in the middle, 8.5, 8.4, 8.3. I don't really like anything, so I'm going to try my best to stay away from that. But moving on to Paul Casey at 8.6. He's playing very, very well. Go England. And he's 7th tee to green. I think Paul Casey will have a very good week. Mm-hmm. Next in order is Will Zalatoris, and the next three people, Zalatoris, Finau, and Webb. Zalatoris has not been good of late. His last four have been 59th, 95th, 77th, and 26th on tour. At $8,500, 59th, 95th, 77th is not going to cut it. So when you've had 4 bad weeks in a row, 26 isn't bad, but the previous 3 were. You can't really risk running the Corn Fairy God out into a major when he's not playing well.
Facts.
Finau, for some reason, don't know what's happened to Tony. He missed his last 2 cuts, including a major, which was the U.S. Open. Mm-hmm. Staying away from Tony for now. And Webb, where is he?
He's with a group called Dunder Mifflin. They can't find him.
Him and Andy are afloat in the lake. We haven't seen him consistently, and he has also missed his last 2 cuts. I'm good with Webb. He did play in the 2011 Open here, and I don't believe the finish was that spectacular. I think it was like 44th. so I'm just going to stay away from Webb. Scotty, I'm good with 7th par 4s. He finished 12th last week on the European Tour, so he's another guy who went over the week early and got acclimated and all that good stuff. He's also 32nd tee to green. Should be good with Scotty Scheffler. And surprisingly, these people didn't make it onto my list, but Adam Scott, his stats are skewed just like Jordan Spieth because he was playing pretty poorly and he didn't have that many appearances. Yep. However, his last 3 have been 16th, 35th, 13th, with a 25th here in 2011. You can play Adam Scott. And the other one that did not make the list was Justin Rose. He should be fine theoretically if you're thinking about playing him. He should be fine. I personally just don't like him here, so I left him off the list. But yeah, Adam Scott at 81 and Justin Rose at 8,000. Cap off the 8K range, and we can move on to the 7.
Let me ask you, didn't hear about Tommy Fleetwood. Your thoughts are what?
See, he's 8,000, isn't he?
Yeah.
See, I messed up because I
had
him in my lineup. So when I was scrolling through, he didn't pop up. And I was thinking about that. I love Tommy Fleetwood here. He's 2nd, I believe, on par 70s since 2014. And he finished 2nd here in this event when Shane Lowry won. Tommy Fleetwood, I love him. Good to go.
You heard it there first. Daniel Berger is $74,000. What are we doing? Or $7,400. Sorry. What are we doing? What is that?
That's pretty crazy.
He doesn't suck. I don't know if people have heard this. He's significantly better than Harris. I mean, what are we doing? Anyway, man.
$200 more than Henley. Same price as Higo.
I mean, what are we doing? He less than Phil.
Willett. Wow.
Less than Phil. What are we doing?
Wow.
Daniel Berger might win the whole damn thing. The problem is it's going to be you and everybody else that has him. So
I don't have him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to have him, but what are we doing? Anyway, Shane Lowry is first. We got Shane thumbs down. You can only defend your trophy for so long. I think it's going to run out for Shane due to the fact he's 141st par 4 scoring average, 142nd bogey avoidance, 152nd putting. Good tee to green. He is 202nd in par 3s, 170 to 185 or 150, whatever one we were looking at there. Not good. So I'm going to stay away from Shane. Fitzpatrick, an elite putter. He's good enough tee to green. He finished 2nd last week. Fitzpatrick, good to roll with him. Just doesn't make the graphic because this 7K range is stacked. I'm just going to let you know. Cameron Smith, he's top 85, all the stats. He finished 30th Travelers. The Australian players are usually good on links courses. I remember that being a thing. And I've read about that before, so that's where I'm leaning towards Cam Smith. I think he'll find it this week. Subsequently, Leishman is 13th, par 3s, 225 to 250. He's 56th best putter. Again, I think he'll probably make the cut. It's just hard to judge with Leishman, but again, he is Australian. Joaquin Niemann is $7,700. This is some crazy stuff. T26 par 4 scoring average, 24th bogey avoidance, 25th putting, 25th tee to green, 41st par 3s, 200 to 225. And he's first par 3s, 150 to 175. So for those keeping track at home, his worst stat was 44th. His worst stat that is super important was 25th. So Neiman, Jason Day, we usually shit on here. We're not going to this time. He's great tee to green, 21st bogey avoidance. His last 2 are 10th and 14th, and he's Australian. So watch out for Jason Day. Sergio, he's great tee to green. He's really good at the par 3s. His putting is horrible, but he is playable. Abraham Answer would be next. He's top 100 in all the stats. He did finish 104th at the U.S. Open, which is interesting because his other major championship starts are pretty good. But he's another guy. I'm telling you, this group of 7K, you could have a whole 7K lineup and probably do pretty well. Lee Westwood's going to make the cut, but that's probably going to be about it. Phil Mickelson is not because he makes too many bogeys. And here's where you get to Daniel Berger at $7,400. He's going to be the most owned player in the tournament, I promise.
Was he not the most expensive player last week? He was.
Yeah, Berger was in America. Yeah, and
Yeah.
here's the thing: his last three, 20th, 7th, 34th.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And 7th, by the way, was the U.S. Open. So I don't get that at all. But if you need more information, he's T7 par threes, 150 to 175. However, he's 200th in the other one, which is really strange. But yeah, Berger, $7,400. I guess we're just totally throwing darts at the wall when we pick these prices. Higo has not been good since he won at the Palmetto Championship at Congaree, so I'd stay away. Molinari back-to-back bad. He did finish 13th at the PGA. However, I'm not going to say anything disrespectful about Francesco due to my mans on Twitter who let me have it. By the way, go to my Twitter, shout out at KKUHRTS. Just posted a big life announcement on there. Feel free to go and likes and retweet that if you feel the need. Christian Bezaden Hoot is next. Finished. He's a lock for the top 40 in his last 10 starts. He has 9 top 40s, so I know you can't really bet on that, but he's locked in top 40. McIntyre's pretty hot right now on the European tour. He's in this price range. Gary Woodland is not hot right now. I'd stay away from him. Fowler has been better, but I'm not feeling it. Harris English, as you see, $7,300. Top 60 in all the stats. He finished third in the U.S. Open. He won Travelers.
Yes.
Travelers. He's probably going to have a high ownership percentage due to that, but Harris, all good to roll. Dietrich finished second last week. Brennan Grace is all of a sudden good. So he's one to consider. Like all of these guys, I don't really hate. If I don't like them, I'm making it clear. But like everybody else is like playable enough,
right?
Which is crazy. Matt Wallace is not. His last 5 starts: 55th, 56th, 69th, which is nice. 84th, and then 26th. I'm good on Matt. He has not been good. Kokrak does not show up for majors, so it surprises me that he even got on the plane to go. Alex Noren is a good putter. Everything else is very, very sus.
Yes.
Ian Poulter finished 4th last week. He's in his home country. That's pretty much all I got on Ian Poulter. Every single week I have to say something about Ian Poulter, and every single week I say the same generic I don't know thing. Doing that again, I think Ian Poulter makes the cut. That's all I know. Russell Henley is another surprise down here. 3 straight top 20s. He's T2 in par 4 scoring average as well as bogey avoidance. He was leading a major at the PGA for a bit. Was it PGA or US Open? No, it was US Open.
It was US Open.
Yeah. He was leading there for a bit. Did not win, but that's at least encouraging for this event.
For sure.
Don't sleep on our guy, Min Hoo Lee, who won the European Tour event last week to get into this field.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's hot, whatever. Willett is not. Wiesberger is actually hot. Couple of top 30s, I believe. I think it was like a top 20 and then like a top 30 for Wiesberger. Max Homa, ice cold. And I can tell you right now, Sandwich, England is not California.
No, it's not. Pretty far away.
Miguelozzi, you remember this guy from the U.S. Open?
Yeah, Guido.
Yeah, he's hot still from the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I know.
So you could roll with that, man. Brian Harmon, I'm not telling you to play him. Corey Connors has been bad recently. He went over to Europe early to get acclimated, still bad. Keimer, you can't. Snedeker hasn't made the cut at the U.S. Open since 2016. Eric Van Rooyen, no. Kuchar sees the weekend, but that's about it. Perez has been bad, as in Victor. Hank Stenson coming in. I wrote LOL, but here's the thing about Hank. He's been good at the Open Championship. So there is that. Horschel bad. Horsfield also not good. 7K range is stacked. I'm just going to let you know right now. 7K range is stacked. 6K range is not. What are we disappointed at, Ches?
Ches.
Yeah, we'll get to Ches, but first we're going to start with Ryan Palmer. T26, par 4 scoring average, 74th, bogey avoidance, 31st, par 3s, 150 to 175. He finished 4th last week. He went over early, which is an interesting thing, I think, for Ryan Palmer. If I had to bet on all the guys that would go over early, Ryan Palmer would not be in the top 60.
Yeah.
He does. He finishes 4th, which tells me Ryan Palmer's a man on a mission. Give me Ryan Palmer. Kevin Kisner doesn't make the graphic because you got to listen to hear this information. Kisner is a great putter. He is red hot. If you remember, he was leading the Open that Molinari won and shitted it away on the last day. Kisner's hot. He's looking for revenge. Definitely consider Kevin Kisner. Brennan Todd, he's great. I read Kisner's. Brennan Todd is not made for this, is what I put. So I'd not roll with Todd.
Shit.
The boy Streelman finished 134th at the John Deere Classic. He finished 80th at the Travelers. I don't even know. He'll probably be DFL at the Open Championship if you finish 134th at the John Deere Classic. He is 118th at putting, so yeah. Tringale is a steal. He's going to be at $6,800, but we did not put him on the graphic due to Lucas. We'll get there in a second, but Tringale's top 10, par 4 scoring average, 6 bogey avoidance, 23rd putting. Lucas Bear, right?
Yep, should be right.
He won the Irish Open 2 weeks ago and then had a T4 at the Scottish Open. And he was good in America recently. I believe it was the U.S. Open. So, Bear, definitely someone to consider. And I believe he's Australian too, isn't he? Is that right?
I don't think so.
His flag is
I thought he was
blue.
I thought he was French.
Australia.
Oh.
Hey, Bear. I'm telling you, I'm doing all Australians. I made up my mind. Next up will be Ches Reavie. And per the usual, folks, Ches Reavie is a no. Charlie Hoffman is a yes at 6,700. He's 26 par 4 scoring average, 41st bogey avoidance. Glover, we didn't even bring it up.
Congrats.
Yo. She said, all you got to do is make the cut. Lucas said, hey, now. It's been a minute.
I'm going to win the whole damn thing.
I'm going to win the whole damn thing. Give me the deer trophy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lucas Glover for winning the John Deere Classic, but most importantly, making the cut. But here's the thing. Life is a cutthroat business. Sure. You win the John Deere Classic. That's great. You miss the cut at the Open Championship.
Oh shit. Oh, you don't want to hear that.
Oh no.
He might not be coming home after that.
Facts. But might just stay in Sandwich, which probably doesn't sound like a horrible place to be. But in seriousness, Glover did win last week, so there's not that many other people hotter than him going into this event. So why not? He is a major champion. He is probably built for this, unlike Brett and Todd. Ben On, I like Ben On. People watching this are gonna be like, "You don't like Ben On." I love Ben On. He does.
He truly does.
Yeah. So it's disappointing. Another guy that I really like, Hao Tong Lee, who has still not made a cut.
You talking about 0 for 10 guy over here?
It's like 0 for 13 now.
He's been trying. It's not like he just hasn't played. He's been trying.
I know. It's so just you can't obviously.
I feel bad. He hasn't made a cut, right?
No.
Right, and he's the same price as Munoz.
Yeah, I don't get that.
That's tough.
Munoz is underrated, man. Like he's not great or anything, but like Munoz is quality.
I mean, he was leading after 2.
Yeah,
3, 2.
No, like if
3?
it was 3.
3.
If you were drafting like a fantasy, I guess this is fantasy what we're doing, but like a season-long fantasy, Munoz would be a guy you want. He's a bench guy, but like you need Munoz.
It's funny. It's funny that a guy who led 3 rounds last week is the same price as a guy who hasn't made a cut.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. What do you?
You were right when you said throwing darts for the prices.
Oh, I got another good one for throwing darts. Sam Burns is $6,300.
Kirk at 64.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing.
In Dean at 61.
Yo, wait till we talk about who our boy Vermin. We'll get there.
All right.
Kirk though, Finished 12th last week. T2 par 4 scoring average, 4th bogey avoidance. Kirk, a solid option. Sam Burns, he finished 18th last week on the European Tour, so I like that. Top 10 or tied 10th par 4 scoring average in America. Sam Burns, a steal at the price. I'm going to scroll down to my man's Vermin because I don't want to say the wrong thing here. So we're just going to scroll a bit. Darren Clark is in the field. He won the Open Championship at St. George's last time. So that's cool. So here's our guy, Johannes Vermin. I know I'm not right. So here's the deal with Vermin, right? It's a lot of miscuts. It's a lot of bad performances, but here's the kicker. The Irish, so just for you to fully understand this, I'll give it to you straight. 100th, 138, 45, 70, 112, 58, 78, which brings us to the start of July in the Irish Open. He finishes 3rd. Last week at the Scottish Open, he finishes 8th, folks. He's a man on a mission. He's a vermin. Johannes Vermin.
I bet you'd be pleased to watch the show this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's from the United States? That can't be right. All right, whatever. I'm not going to figure it out. At 61, we also have Dean Burmester.
Sure.
Yeah. So here's the deal with Dean. 35th last week, 70th the week before. He won on the European Tour in April. He was red hot in April. If this event was in April, he'd probably be more expensive than $6,100. But it's not. It's in July. And although the entire 6K range pretty much dropped out, give me Brad Kennedy. Again, we're going to double down on Brad Kennedy. Did it work the first time at the U.S. Open? No, he finished 127th. He almost shot a round of 80. However, he made the cut at the Zozo. He made the cut at the Workday, and he's Australian. So give me Brad Kennedy to finish out the Australian Dream Team and the 6'4" to 6'0" range. As we head to the picks, Jenkins Jr., I have checked and confirmed Brooks Koepka is in play for you.
Cool.
You want him?
You can put it on the board.
Folks, if you've ever wondered what the nail in the coffin looks like, that's what it is. I'm in trouble here, and here's the thing. I think, after all my talk about Australians, I think the Open Championship will be won by an Englishman.
No way.
What?
Is it my Englishman?
Well, when I texted you earlier, I said, like, you got some options. I have it down to 2. And okay. I was going to pick Tyrrell Hatton.
Okay.
But you really told me that Tyrrell Hatton's not the guy.
Well, I think you should stick to your guns.
Well, I did some of my own personal research, and you're right. Tyrrell Hatton is not good in major championships. And
he's not, yeah.
I'm never going to pick another man on American soil. So it's pretty straightforward here that Tommy Fleetwood is going to win the Open Championship.
I truly hope he does.
Me too, bro. Tommy Fleetwood to win the Open Championship. What a turn of events. Jenkins Jr. inside the top 25 will be who?
Okay, so you know me. Anytime they come to America, they're on my team. Thomas Pieters, Thomas Dietrich,
yep,
and Matthias Schwab. 2 of them are in the field.
Yes.
And I've gone with Dietrich.
That's a better pick, I think.
I really wanted Schwab, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Don't know why. But
Schwab.
We're going Dietrich.
Dietrich finished second last week at the Scottish Open, so it's a hell of a pick.
Hao Tong?
No.
Does he make his first cut?
I don't think so, personally. Who I do think makes the cut, and in the famous words that he spoke himself, they pay you a lot of money for 10th or whatever he said.
It ain't a hobby, baby.
Huh?
It ain't a hobby.
It's not. It's absolutely not. Give me Kevin Kisner to finish inside the top 25. So for the last major championship of the season, Jenkins Jr. the third has Brooks Koepka the first and Thomas Dietrich potentially the first. Give me fairway Jesus himself, Tommy Fleetwood, and give me the drunk himself,
if I
Kevin
lose
Kisner.
the total FedEx Cup points because Fleetwood wins, I wouldn't be happier.
Me neither. Me neither. Harry Kane couldn't bring it home.
None of them could.
Yeah. Well, yes. But for the point of this argument, Harry Kane could not bring it home. Tommy Fleetwood's going to bring it home.
Okay. Gotcha. England needs one right now, I'm not going to lie.
Yo, they need
Fleetwood.
Anything. They need less racist people as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a soccer guy. What's the strategy in that? As in, not the racism part, the part that your three subs are your kick takers. And
yeah, I'm not quite sure about that.
Is that weird, right?
Yeah.
Because they came on late.
They came on with 2 minutes left or something stupid like that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know the strategy behind it, because what's the point of having a fresh kick? You just got to run up and kick the ball. Anybody can do it. Once you've played, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
I didn't understand that, but either way, it's coming home with Tommy Fleetwood. And that'll do it. Fancy from the fairway for the Open. Checking back quickly, you said Bucks and how many?
6. So it still has a shot.
How you feeling?
Not as good, but I think we'll see a game 7, to be honest.
All right. Who's winning
to be completely honest, I'm just glad it's not like the same old.
Sure.
Like I don't really care who wins, because I'm a Booker guy, like Chris Paul.
True.
And I have no problem with the ugliest team in the NBA, the Bucks.
Yeah.
So,
who's winning the All-Star game tonight?
Yeah.
Like it. The American League, Bucks still in 6. That'll do it. Fantasy from the fairway. Koepka, Dietrich, Fleetwood, Kisner. Enjoy it. Have a good week. We will talk to you. We'll talk to you next week, but it won't be DraftKings related. We'll just talk some Olympics golf.
Sure.
Maybe some swimming as well. Why not?
We'll talk about whatever. It'll be our first
just chatting.
Primarily non-golf podcast.
Just chatting about the Olympics. That's going to be the title. Just chatting about the Olympics.
I'm so down. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. We'll see you next week. Just chatting the Olympics. Until then, stay alive.
Peace.